This episode of the Damage Guild podcast is sponsored by listeners like you. Join the guild at patreon.com/damageguild to receive exclusive perks, member rewards, and bonus content.
Last time on the Damage Guild podcast.
Now we prepare to go back to the mountains.
We have no idea what the climate is like over the mountain.
Summer clothes, winter clothes, healing potions.
I'm sure Braun's gonna learn something, Verrol.
I don't want to let my grandfather down. I dictate a letter to him. I shall be taking the aforementioned excursion. I will update you as soon as I have conducted further business upon which to report.
So you set out?
We travel light, we make for the mountain.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the ley line and follow the other stream.
So you left late morning on the 12th. It's currently around noon on the 13th, and you're in the area where there's all those gigantic mutations of normal plants and animals. And it is as you are walking through here that I would like everyone to make a perception check.
Can do.
Can it be public?
Yeah, go ahead. You'll find out soon enough.
Oh, no. Thane, you did mention that Braun won't understand language unless I take speech, so he's going to have burrow and speech.
Yeah, I got that.
Just would hate you to get me on the, Sean, you didn't give him the right powers. That would be awful.
Wow, are you kidding me? We all got 24s.
What did Stoke get?
Dude, good question.
Only a 19.
Wow, no way. We all rolled the exact same thing. We all rolled really well, too.
The same total.
Oh my goodness, 24.
The answer to the universe is 24 today.
So true.
That's what's called a trip 2144. I mean, a trip 2144.
Trippy Twinzo?
Yeah. Trippy 24zo.
Trippy Twinzo. Trippy 24zo.
Heck yeah.
All right. So, with those results, you definitely spot it ahead of time, although still not too far ahead of you. But there is some very large, dangerous-looking plant hidden among the undergrowth ahead of you.
Oh.
You can see it catches your eye as it's faintly moving, not entirely with the wind. Upon closer inspection, it looks like its leaves grow out and like they have mouths at the end of these giant leaves.
Ooh.
Yummy.
We steer clear of that particular plant.
I should say so.
We give it a wide berth.
Yeah, you rolled well enough that you can spot it before it's going to move towards you and attack.
Oh, phew.
All right.
Oh, that was a close one. Stay on your guard, man. And woman. I mean, dwarf and woman and man.
And bird.
I mean, stay on your guard, you people.
Every dwarf and woman and man for themselves.
In that case, you make it all the way back to the mountain.
All right.
What's this mountain range called, by the way?
The Erduin Mountains?
Is that it? The Erduin.
Yes, it's the Erduin Mountains.
Erduin Mountains.
Okay.
Yes.
Good call, Kardain.
Yeah, I was listening to some of the recordings you put out, Jay.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I'm assuming that's why I knew. There's this strange glow coming from Stoke.
It's almost as though rays of pure daylight are emanating from Stoke's body.
Oops. I forgot that affected everything. So I'll turn that off. That was just the crystal.
Oh, dude. You know what we forgot to do in town? Oh, no, we didn't forget to do it in town. We were going to get the lightstone made into a necklace, but then Stoke heard me say that, and he was like, oh, I can work on it in my spare time. So...
did he do it, though? Or did he slack off?
Good question.
He had plenty of time to do it, so he's made it into a necklace.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you wearing it, Verrol?
I don't know. Am I?
I think you are, because you're the one who needs the light.
Yeah, you're the one that needs it.
All right.
Does he have a way to turn it on and off? Does it have a command word?
No, it's just always on. But part of the necklace was that you could conceal it, right?
Yeah, the off button is putting it under my tunic.
Well, if Stoke made it have like a clasp or something, that'd be great.
Yeah, some kind of clamshell thing that you can detach.
Okay. I've transferred the crystal into your inventory.
Nice.
It's a super handy item because not being able to see, pretty problematic in this game.
Yeah.
So that's one weakness down. Now we just got to figure out my encumbrance next.
Alright, so when you make it back to the cave entrance, it looks like a mudslide has partially covered up the tunnel entrance, but has since dried out. So you could squeeze through, but it's a little tight.
Oh, they do get mudslides. We remember learning about that, didn't we? From our cartographer buddy?
Yep.
Mudslide.
Yeah, lots of unstable ground around here. Unstable geography.
Yeah, we don't want to fight on a battlefield of mud.
Can Kardain make a mud check to figure out how old this mud is, and can we see if there's any tracks in the mud that someone else may have gone in?
That's a fair thing to check. It'd be pretty easy to see tracks in mud.
Yeah, so you quickly scan it. It looks like this mud probably came down during that big rainstorm sometime, you would guess.
Okay. That happened as we were leaving.
Yeah. So probably within a day or two of that.
Okay, I see. Well, but that means it would have proceeded when we presume perhaps our other friends checked out the ley line.
That was a lot of words. So you're saying that basically it provided
the mud would have been there prior to them arriving.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so there could be tracks.
Provided a natural sort of barrier for us, at least, to show the evidence of anybody else's passage.
Yeah, so you look around for tracks. You can see a couple of animal prints in it here and there. It doesn't look like they're going into the cave, but just kind of going around the area.
Okay. So, like, deer hoof prints the size of basketballs because all the animals are enlarged. This is just giant deer, like, leans down.
Eats a tree next to us.
You know, Verrol, we ended on a good note with Thorberf, right? I mean, even though we killed his friend and all.
Oh, indeed. We are still his best friends.
Couldn't we ask Thorberf if anybody visited, or we could ask him to keep a lookout?
We could.
I mean, he's friendly to us, right?
Yes. No reason not to visit the old curmudgeon while we're here.
So you venture inside the tunnel and proceed to walk along the somewhat familiar path. About an hour and 20 minutes to get to the entrance to this, wherever the
shrine.
The shrine, yes.
We'll, of course, also check it for any signs that it has been disturbed since we left everything closed up when we were last here.
You look around, you can see that the water appears to be flowing still more or less equally on both sides.
Did we leave the crank key, or did we take it with us? Do you remember?
No, we took it with us.
We've got it. Zara has it.
It's in my inventory.
They wouldn't be able to get in and change the water even if they wanted to.
Unless they have another crank. Because we found this crank in a chest, so there may have been more than one copy.
So do you actually open up the room and go inside and look around?
Yes.
I think we should, right? Yeah.
Just to be safe.
So you go in and check on it, and from what you can see, it looks more or less how you left it.
The board's still 50-50?
Yeah, it's approximate, but yeah.
Does it seem stable, like if we were to leave again, like it's not going to move from its position? Just wondering if we should reinforce it or something.
Well, it's held so far.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay, so they haven't maybe meddled. Yeah, let's see what Thorberf has heard or seen.
Okay, so you go down into Thorberf's cave. As you approach the entrance, you hear some sad wailing songs.
No.
Thorberf's all alone. Thorberf's cave.
Thorberf is sad.
Almost feel bad for the guy. Almost.
What is that one? All by myself.
So you go up to see Thorberf?
Yeah.
Yes, pay him a visit.
Yeah, let's cheer the guy up, huh?
I walk in with a birthday cake.
All lit with candles. Thorberf!
I'll make him a piece of fruit.
You've returned!
Of course we have. We couldn't stay away for long. Don't you know we missed you?
Yeah, we're friends, Thorberf. Best friends.
All of my other friends are gone.
Oh,
How dreadful.
that's sad. Did someone kill them?
I don't know what happened. I haven't been there to see.
No.
I just stay here, all by myself, with no friends in my pool.
Oh, so sorry, Thorberf.
Well, Thorberf, actually, we think there are going to be some friends that come and visit any day now.
Yes.
But are they Thorber's friends?
They could be.
You're good at making new friends, aren't you, Thorberf? You became friends with us.
They've been here before. You told us there were other people who came through.
Yeah, friends from on the other side of the mountain.
Those were not my friends.
Well, what did they do that made you believe that?
They hurt my other friends. There was much fighting, and screaming, and slashing, and cutting, and tearing, and poking, and stabbing.
Ah, so they like to use weapons. How cruel.
My friends used their weapons on them, too.
Well, that's all right, Thorberf. There's no need for all this violence. Look, I brought you a new friend that can stay here with you. And Zara pulls out a rock from her pocket that has two little googly eyes on it and a smiley face and hands it to him.
And look, I brought you some treats, and I give him one of my trail rations.
And a donut.
Yeah, leftover donut. It's a couple days old, but still good.
Thank you for such wonderful gifts. I will enjoy this food. It will bring me much pleasure over the next 5 minutes.
Thorberf, what did they look like? The not friends that came and stabbed and poked your friends. I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but we're just curious, because we're your friends. Our friends look out for each other.
They look big and tall like you. And he just kind of looks over at the humans, I guess. Or the human and almost human.
So taller than dwarves, okay. Well, that narrows it down. Were they pink skin, like Verrol, or?
I don't know. You all look the same to me. But something like you people. Just gestures vaguely.
Yeah.
Your kind.
Okay.
It has been a while. Thorberf's not so big on the whole thinking thing.
Thorberf, did they use any magic?
There was someone who used powerful lights and colors shooting from fingertips.
Well, that sounds like a formidable foe. Who wants to go back to Fallsdale?
Well, I was thinking we ought to all get in our swimsuits and go for a little dip.
Will you join me in my pool?
That sounds wonderful.
Yes, they will.
Yes, let's just go. Didn't we leave our swimsuits in the other cave over there? Well, let's go retrieve them and come back.
Yes, let's go change and then hop in. Thorberf, we actually don't have time. But maybe when we come back.
No one has time for Thorberf anymore.
Thorberf, why don't you just come with us?
We're going on a quest, Thorberf. Do you know what a quest is?
Oh? Is it a ride?
It's where you travel a long distance for a reason that's very important. Would you like to come with us?
I don't like traveling long distances. I don't like traveling short distances. This is my home.
The longest distance I travel is from one end of the pool to the other.
Well, it's no wonder you're so lonely. You ought to get out more.
Maybe you're right. Thorberf will think on this.
Yes, the world is full of opportunities to make friends. You need simply put yourself out there.
Thorberf, I have another question. Only Thorberf flies, right?
Only Thorberf has wings, I believe.
Or only Thorberf has wings.
Thorberf has wings.
Right? And those wings work. I've seen you fly before.
Yes?
Could you do us a favor? While we're going over the mountain, would you fly to the top of the mountain and would you watch for us? Make sure that we're going the right way? We'd really love that, Thorberf, if you would watch over us.
Thane looks very confused.
It seems very far from my home.
Well, you can come back to your home after you're done looking for us, and then you can sit in your pool. And you come talk to us and visit us, and then, because you have wings, you can come back to your home once you've had a visit with us. And it'll be great. We'll have more donuts, old donuts for you.
I don't know. It seems like such a big thing. I don't know what mountains are on the outside. I only know the inside.
You mean you've never left this mountain in your entire life?
No, have you?
Oh, yes. But, Thorberf, speaking of the inside of this mountain, have you ever been over to the Stony Square place? I wonder if you've ever been into a room with lots of green liquid flowing out of it.
Have you ever left this room? for that matter?
It seems I must have been somewhere else at some point, but I just can't remember.
Pray tell, would you be willing to come on a very, very short excursion? Not the quest we mentioned before, simply a very short walk.
Maybe a short fly.
Ah, very good, yes. Well, let's just go right down this way, and you fly along and come with us.
Thorberf picks himself up and hesitantly flies along behind you, stopping to take a perch on the ground every few feet.
Okay. As we are walking back towards the man-made section of the dungeon, I want to convey briefly to Kardain and Zara that I would like to open up the room again and see what Thorberf's reaction is to the green stuff. I want to see just whether it makes him feel bad or feel good. I want to know what his green sliminess, how his green sliminess is related to the leyline magic.
I mean, I remember us being worried about, like, superpowering Thorberf by, like, letting him get to the ley line. You just want to expose him a little bit.
Briefly, and get his reaction, yeah.
Okay. Maybe it'll unlock some latent memories.
Or just, it could tell us whether his current state is in any way related to it, or if it's just something completely different entirely.
I mean, we figure it is.
We figure, but we don't know.
Yeah, let's know.
Let's try.
So you lead him all the way back to the main fountain room?
Yes.
Thorberf, have you ever been in this place?
It seems familiar. Yes. This is the first thing I remember.
I see.
Well, come along, Thorberf, and we crank open the door.
This is where Thorberf got his wings.
Ah, is it now?
Only Thorberf has wings, as I recall.
That is true. Thorberf, were you alone when this occurred, or were there others with you?
Oh, my friends are there too, I remember. Yes, my friends, they brought me here.
And did they get wings as well?
No, only Thorberf has wings.
Were you, did your friends bring you here because you were injured?
I can't remember why. I drank from pool and changed, and now I'm me.
Did you used to be big?
I don't know.
You don't remember much.
There is great power behind this door, Thorberf. I would like to know how you feel about it, how it makes you feel when the door is opened. Can you tell us?
It's very strong and shaky.
Does this power make you feel like you're at home, or does it make you recoil and want to go away?
It reminds me of home, but it's too much.
Very good. Well, that's very helpful. Thank you, Thorberf. I guess we can close the room up again.
Yeah, we can close the room, lead him back to his pool. I think that's sort of all we're going to gather from Thorberf.
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to know. So it is related. He seems he came in with family or companions or something, and he was the only one who survived for whatever genetic reason. And he not only survived, it made him stronger.
There might have been others that survived, but he got wings. Maybe they were mutated in some other way. He could have been human once or something in some other humanoid form and got turned into this or whatever. We don't really know.
I think he was just a stock goblin, and he got turned into a Thorberf.
Okay.
But I guess, why were they desperate enough to drink from the fountain? That was my line of questioning why I asked him when they brought him here, was he injured? Because if he was, like, dying or injured beyond repair, it would make sense that they might do something weird, like have him drink from this fountain.
Yeah, I think just because goblins have low intelligence, they might have thought, oh, it's just water. Let me get a drink. Thirsty. If they've been traveling for an hour and a half to get here, then maybe they were tired and thirsty.
It's funny, I was thinking about, like, do we have anybody that we know that we could, like, test this theory and have them drink from the fountain? But I couldn't think of anybody. Maybe Mr. Crowley.
Thorberf, did your companions gain powers similar to yours, or did they melt into puddles of goo when they drank the water?
Only Thorberf and Solag drink.
Ah, the others didn't?
Nobody else.
What became of the others, do you recall?
They're my friends.
Oh.
They stayed friends, and then they disappeared.
Your kobold friends? Oh, they disappeared.
They disappeared after you came here.
Oh, they disappeared after we came here. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So they became the kobolds?
The kobolds became...
Kobolds.
Yeah, Thorberf and Solarg may have been kobolds. 6 of them came down here, and only 2 of them drank, and they were mutated. And then the other ones stayed.
Mm-hmm. Could be it.
Interesting.
Well, I think we should say goodbye to Thorberf and carry on our way. Thorberf, many thanks for your help.
And Thorberf, if you ever want to visit us, don't forget that only you have wings. And you can use those wings to come visit us.
I'm not ready to leave my home yet, but maybe someday.
One can only hope.
Well, we would be delighted with a future visit from you, Thorberf.
We would.
Yeah, even if it's unexpected.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you, Thorberf. You've been very informative. We've enjoyed our time together, and we shall be back to visit very soon. Enjoy the snacks.
Good day to you.
Goodbye.
Toodaloo.
Goodbye, friends.
Farewell.
Oh, don't be sad, Thorberf. We'll see you again soon.
After a minute, you once again hear him singing by himself.
Poor Thorberf.
Poor old Thorby.
Only now is occasionally interrupted by munching.
All right, we head back out to the main passageway of the cave.
All right. So, as a refresher, this is a somewhat narrow ledge, a few feet wide, that runs along with a chasm on the left side as you're walking, and the little river of green water on the right side against the wall.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So we're now following the other stream?
The other path. Yeah.
We've crossed over onto the other side.
So you turn right, and you continue following that path for about 10 minutes or so. The ceiling and the left walls are closing in slightly, but there's still a pretty sizable gap. And at this point, you see that the path forms a staircase leading downwards. But these stairs are abruptly broken about halfway through. So it goes down, 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 and then there's just a cliff face. And you can see the stairs continuing down below, about another 60 feet lower than where you are.
So this is like Bridge of Khazad-dûm stuff. There's stairs that go down, and there's a gap of where the stairs should be.
Not a horizontal gap. So the path leads along the wall, and then it has stairs going down. And partway down the stairs, this whole section of the mountain has broke and shifted somehow, and so the stairs you're on are way higher than the part below you.
Okay, so it's a 60-foot drop to where the stairs continue.
Yeah. Also, on the opposite side of the chasm, which is about 20 to 30 feet from here, you can see a large ledge and a few passages carved roughly out of the rock.
30 feet across an open chasm or across the floor?
Across the open chasm on your left.
Mm.
There's a ledge coming out of the wall on the left side, and you can also see it. There's some passages going back in farther from the ledge, and then there's the drop off to the stairs in front of you.
Okay.
Is this depicted on the map anywhere?
There is a map.
Okay.
I see.
Verrol jumps into the chasm.
I did not press that button. It actually moved. It jumped me over there for some reason.
Let's find out what's down here. And he just jumps off the ledge.
So, that looks dangerous.
Yes, indeed.
And Kardain opens up his pack and starts to get out the climbing kit.
Keep your balance, everyone.
Climbing kit and a rope. I have a rope as well. 50 feet.
Nice.
Oh, 50 feet. That is a problem.
The grappling hook could be useful from the climbing kit.
It could.
Yeah, if we can just hook it onto something.
Now, we also do have a marvelous miniature ladder as well.
How tall does that go? Do we even know?
20 feet.
Wonderful, yes. That'll get us part of the way down.
All we need is 3 of those, and we'd be fine.
Couldn't we just tie 2 of our ropes together? Brian says he has a 50-foot rope. I have a 50-foot rope.
I also have a 50-foot rope because it's part of the adventurer's pack.
Yeah, we tie them together and we anchor them to something that looks sturdy.
You know all that random crap that you get automatically at the beginning of the game? We're using it.
Yeah, actually useful.
Do you have pythons or Pitons?
Pittons?
I can never remember how to pronounce that word. Pitons?
I think it's pitons, isn't it?
Pitons?
It's pittance for you.
It's a pittance, yeah.
I have a dozen pittons, a hammer, a grappling hook, one set of crampons, and 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
I'm
Crampons.
going to listen the pronunciation.
I will refrain from
Yeah,
any
I
jokes.
just thought of like 3 different jokes, but I can't say any of them. So maybe we can hammer some pitons into the top of the stairs and then hook the grappling hook around them.
Okay, according to the online dictionary, it's Peton.
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 Pitons?
Okay.
That is not what I expected. Why would you want to call them pitons?
I'm hearing piton.
Like peanuts,
Yeah, that is the last pronunciation I would have suspected.
right? Well, I think that's great. We do that. We hammer it in. We tie 2 ropes together so that we have enough length, and then we grappling hook our way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nailed it.
Just because we're awesome like that. I mean, we just get to the bottom and we're like, okay, good job, everyone.
Yeah, we just do it.
Great job, team.
All right, we keep walking. We all high-five each other multiple times, and then we keep walking.
So you get out the grappling hook and a couple of ropes. There aren't any good, things to really secure the rope to up here. Nothing to tie it around or anything, but the grappling hook could hang on to the step, theoretically, if you're willing to trust 1 or 2 hooks on the edge.
That seems precarious.
There are also plenty of cracks in the walls and floor that you could jam something into to use as a more secure starting point.
I think that's what the pitons are for, right?
Oh yeah, we could jam rope tied around a piton.
Yeah.
I like that. So we find something secure, a crevice to wedge and get it stuck in.
So you're hammering that in there, getting everything ready for the climb, and as you're doing so, you hear some rocks clattering from off to the side down into the pit below.
I look into the pit below.
Is it another Centisquirk?
Centisquirk.
Centisquirk. The babies have sought revenge for their parents.
Well, you peek over the edge and you see hanging onto the side of the wall there, 15 feet down or so, there's this pale humanoid figure.
Oh, no.
With pink eyes and wearing rags, long white hair, and it's just looking up, gazing at you.
Yeah.
As soon as it sees that you see it, it lets out a screech.
Oh, no.
And then starts scrabbling up the side of the cliff here.
Master tricked us. I told you he was false. It burns us, my precious. It burns us.
So everyone, well, first off, position yourselves, whoever was working on the...
I think that would have been Kardain, because he's got the kit. Maybe Stoke was helping him hammer the pitons in.
Right. And then everyone can roll initiative.
Nish. Roll. Verrol is going on a 16.
Zara got an 11.
Kardain's going to be going on a 12.
So, after that screech, you hear it answered by additional screeches echoing around the cavern.
No.
Uh-oh.
Call in the cavalry.
Sweet grapes.
The next thing you see is across the pit, emerging from one of the tunnels, is this other creature that looks basically like the one below you, but bigger.
Uh-oh.
Good night.
It steps out into the opening, sees everyone, and then immediately runs forward and leaps across the chasm.
Oh my goodness.
What?
So is it like a big, lumbering fella?
Not that big. It's still kind of... These are gaunt figures. Like, they're barely getting enough food. But this one looks more like human-sized as opposed to the other one, which is smaller. More like cobbled-sized.
Ah.
That one was only a baby.
Alright, so it leaps across the chasm. It doesn't land squarely on the stairs, but it grabs onto the ledge right in front of Kardain. You're looking down to the stairs below you, and it leaps and kind of grabs onto the wall there and clings to it.
Okay, so it's 60 feet below us, grabbing onto that wall.
And it's not all the way down. It's just a few feet below the top of the ledge.
I see. Okay.
And then that's actually all it does. It makes it that far.
What's the elevation of the platform across the chasm from us in comparison to where we are right now? Is it at the same height?
It's roughly equal with the broken part of the stairs at the top.
The top part where we're standing? Okay.
Next is Stoke. He's not able to reach anyone at the moment, and he still doesn't have a ranged weapon either. Not really his specialty. So he is going to raise a shield and ready his battle axe.
Yeah, remind me again, it's 2 actions to ready an action?
2 actions to ready it, and then a reaction to use it.
Okay, cool.
Verrol.
I'm going to take a similar path, except I can only wrap my dueling cape, which doesn't give me the protective bonus. I have to spend 1 action to wrap it and then another action to raise it protectively. So I'll wrap the dueling cape around my arm and then ready an attack.
Okay.
And I'm so glad that I decided not to take combat climbing for my feet at 2nd level. That's sarcasm in case you didn't take.
Oh yeah, it'd be really relevant for both of us to have it right now.
Handy right now.
Yeah.
Another creature emerges from
They just keep coming.
another passage on the opposite side. This one looks smaller like the first, and rather than trying to leap across, it instead turns and starts going up the wall on its side and onto the ceiling.
Gosh, this really is like Khazad-dûm. It's all the goblins crawling across the ceiling and stuff.
And it makes it about halfway across.
Whoa.
Then the one that you initially spotted climbs up. It pulls a small bone dagger out of its belt.
So it, to be clear, it gets onto the staircase. It pulls itself up onto the platform where we're standing in between Stoke and I.
Yes, so it pulls itself onto the staircase between Stoke and Verrol.
That's gonna trigger some stuff.
And yes, you can both attack it.
Yes. So Verrol will take a reaction to attack, and that is a 22 to hit.
That is a hit.
Alright, and that's going to deal 7 damage.
Alright. Your sword grazes its shoulder, and then Stoke turns and takes his attack and gets a critical hit for 24 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
Stoke.
With the creature's attention turned to Verrol after that first strike, Stoke just slashes it across the back, and it lets out a scream and then falls into the pit.
Topples over. Yeah. Oh no, we were gonna loot the body.
Next, Kardain.
Okay, we think there's a bunch more of these coming, right?
We don't know for sure. We just heard the other screeches, so it might have just been these 2.
We can only assume.
This bigger one, he's right next to me, right? He's in melee range?
Yeah, he's down on the ledge below you, but you can reach down and attack.
Okay, I'm gonna give him a taste of this, and I will blow some poison on his face.
Alright, that is a failure, or his saving throw.
Haha! And then, do you roll the damage since it's a save, or do I roll damage?
You can roll it.
Okay. That's a healthy amount of damage right there. 6.
Not bad.
With 2 persistent poison as well.
Very good.
And then, I've been doing a little bit of, training, you guys. And Kardain is going to aim his open hand, his open palm, at the creature, and out pops an accelerated, hard tree nut and conks him in the head.
You can fire tree nuts from your hand?
I always knew you were nuts.
Yeah, I shoot fruit, and I also shoot nuts.
Wow, fruit and nuts.
Technically, I am hitting him with a 1-action elemental blast.
Okay.
Thane's like, oh, that's what Sean's doing.
Yeah, I was looking for your spells, but then I forgot that you have more than spells now.
Yeah.
On that day, Kardain produced fruit and nuts, and thus became the inventor of the first cereal.
If he's in melee range to me, doesn't that augment my elemental blast? Like I'm basically like a point-blank elemental blast?
It allows you to add your strength modifier to the damage.
Yes, if it's technically melee, add your strength modifier.
That's why you've got 2 separate rows of the attack.
And then if I do the 2-action version, you can add your constitution bonus. But I only have 1 action left.
So you reach your arm down and shoot your magic nut in its face, bonk it on the head, and it does hit.
Nice.
Yes.
So you hit it for 9 points of damage.
Hey, for 1 action, that's not bad.
Not at all.
How'd you like that, you fiend?
It shrieks at you angrily and hungrily. It almost seems distracted by the nut as if it wants to eat it.
Yeah. I am a food dispenser druid after all, so it makes sense why he's hungry.
Was that 3 actions?
Yeah, Puff of Poison is 2, single action elemental blast.
Next, yet another one comes up from behind.
Jeepers.
And this one
knows?
approaches Zara and attacks.
No! Zara!
Came from behind. Almost there. Almost there.
You turned off your targeting computer.
What's wrong?
So it stabs you in the back of the leg for 3 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then misses with a second swing.
Aha.
And Zara, how do you respond?
Yes, it is my turn. Being at the back of the group, I have this one that just attacked me, and then I see the one directly across from me that's crawling across the ceiling. So in a flash of inspiration, Zara cues up a new spell that she's learned.
Oh, baby.
And her eyes flash with lightning as she conjures up a spark of electricity and shoots it off at both of them. At the same time, she casts Electric Arc.
Whoa.
So they both make DC 18 reflex saves.
Looks like we've all got some new toys.
They both failed.
Ooh,
Oh,
Sweet.
nice.
So 2d4 lightning damage.
Nice. Max, baby.
Max for 8.
Woo.
Heck yeah.
There's a reason why it's one of the best.
Especially when you roll max.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You zap both of the creatures, which shudder and smell of charred hair.
Burnt flesh. And then, and so that does have the manipulate trait. So I think that one gets an attack on me, right?
It doesn't have opportunity attack
Only if it has.
or reactive strike.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
It has to have, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, and then I will, third action, just cast Shield.
Does Mr. Crowley have independent? Does he do anything?
He does have independent, but I'm not going to use him yet.
Okay.
Now the bigger one in front of Kardain, he's going to try to grab you.
Okay.
Fails to grab you.
Nice.
Reaches up and tries to wrap its arm around your leg, but you pull up just in time, step on the next higher step, and then seeing that, it responds by instead grabbing a club and taking a swing.
Oh, he's got a weapon. Okay. I'm gonna react to that with shield block from
Nice.
a new something I took.
Isn't that only if it hits?
Reactive shield?
It might be,
Oh, yeah. Enemy hits you with...
yeah, you would take physical damage.
Yeah. An enemy hits you with a melee strike. But it can be any type of melee strike. So you're saying he missed me?
Yes, he just misses you with his club.
Ha!
And then,
Come on, you big lug.
rather than sticking around for another attack, he's going to climb up the wall to your right.
These guys are certainly combat climbers.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes about 15 feet overhead.
I wonder how many more of these things there are. By the way, our listeners have no idea, but these enemies are super gross looking.
They're very creepy.
Oh, yeah.
Stoke, the creature's out of reach for him, and he's got allies on either side, so once again, there's not a whole lot he can do.
Is he any good at Intimidate?
Intimidate? Sounded Australian there.
I did.
He's decent at it.
Could be a ranged way for him to contribute, as long as it doesn't get in the way of the other things he needs to do.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's immediate danger right now, so I guess it can do that. Oh, but it's language dependent, so...
Yeah, if they don't speak common, it's a -4 modifier.
So he tries to shout something at the creature. He's like, you think that you and your little friends can take us all on? Come at me. And then he'll ready another attack in case one comes close. Verrol.
How does moving through allies' squares work? Can I freely do that as long as I don't end my turn in their space?
Isn't there like squeeze or tumble through?
You can move through allies without any trouble. You are on stairs, so it's difficult terrain.
Okay. So what I want to do is move past Zara and try to tumble through the square of the dude that's next to her. So I definitely have enough movement range to get there.
Show you the bigger pictures.
Whoa.
Oofty doofty.
They're like definitely golems.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe I'm getting.
Like golems, but pastier, and instead of eyes, they just have big glowing orange pupils.
Yeah. So terrible roll on the tumble through attempt. That is a 10.
It's failure.
But he still bravados, don't you?
Yep, I do.
You still got panache.
Don't know what I can use it for. I think I should try one more tumble-through check and then raise my dueling cape defensively if that does not work. I'll give it one more try. Oh, another 10. I rolled a 2 again.
Natural 2 on the die.
Okay, well, I'll raise my dueling cape defensively then.
Okay.
And that is it.
You do have panache for the moment.
True.
Until the end of your next turn, so you might be able to use it. The one on the ceiling is going to climb the rest of the way across above Zara, and then climbs all the way down to just over your head. He's upside down, climbing downward, and then tries to attack. He just misses you with his dagger, and it is now Kardain's turn.
Yeah, so he should have 2 persistent poison on him. The scary guy above me from the puff of poison.
So he took the damage, and he succeeded on his check to end it.
Ah, shoot.
So it is your turn.
Okay, I mean, I feel like Kardain would have awareness that Zara's getting swarmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Do I have a clear shot to the one that's above her?
No, because that's through Stoke, through Verrol.
Okay, so there's no clean shot. But, and he's above me. You said he's 10 feet or 15 feet above me, the scary guy?
Yeah, about 15 feet up.
All right, so Kardain is going to this time expend a little more energy, and it's a bigger tree nut shell, and he's going to shoot it up into the guy. I'm going to do a 2-action elemental blast, which is going to give it my constitution modifier on top.
Nice.
Ooh,
It's
spicy.
a bigger nut this time, like a coconut.
Exactly. I'm just pulling these nuts out of the elemental plane.
That's amazing.
Okay.
That's cool that it's 1 or 2 actions. That's really sweet.
Yeah, it can help you fill out your turns.
Meanwhile, in the elemental plane, there's a nut shortage.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight on the 6 o'clock news, we have a shortage of nuts.
Oh, no.
Someone has been pulling nuts out of our plane to use for their own greedy purposes, no doubt.
Maybe this nut was like a lot harder for Kardain to aim
Because it was
because
bigger.
it was so big.
Yeah.
I only got a 9.
Ah.
All right, well, it's a miss.
Well, I don't want my turn to be a waste, so I can still target Zara with, like, guidance or something, right?
If you're in reach, yeah.
Yeah, 30 feet range.
Okay.
All right, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Don't forget to use it, Brian. It goes away.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
All right, so the one that's on the stairs next to Zara decides to join its friend up above her instead. And so the 2 of them are both on the wall, and it tries to attack. Rolls a natural 1.
All right.
I'm surprised neither of you said this because I know you're such Zelda fans. Like, what I envisioned for the tree nut cannon was
Like a
like
Deku?
Deku nuts.
Deku, yeah.
Scrub, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
It's like big, chonky tree nut shells.
I feel like I had that somewhere in the back of my head and I forgot to say it.
Okay, well, I'm giving you the opportunity to say it now.
Man, you know what it makes me think of? Deku scrubs from Zelda.
Wow. Me too.
Yeah. I just had that thought.
All right, so this one climbs up there, swings with his dagger, misses, and then leans down over your head and bites onto your shoulder
Ooh. Ouch.
for 5 points of damage.
How rude.
They're so hungry.
Yeah, seriously.
You should just let them eat us.
Maybe we should just give them some trail rations and be done with it.
Unfortunately, your shield spell has dissipated, or is it still in effect? I thought Zara hasn't gone again.
I think I forgot to actually apply the shield spell to myself.
Yeah. The shield spell was cast.
That's right.
So you totally, like, you have the reaction, you have the extra armor class, you have all the things.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the reaction.
Yeah. Like, you have all the different tools at your disposal here. It's a hardness 5 shield, magical shield.
Gives you +1 to your AC.
Yeah, +1 AC and then shield block reaction.
Yeah, that could be 5 extra hit points right now.
Okay, yes, well, I'll use that right now.
That does put it on cooldown, so you can't cast it again for 10 minutes.
Yeah, true.
So you block all 5 points of damage, but it shatters your shield.
Yes. Spell ends, you can't use it again for 10 minutes. Okay, got it.
I feel like it's totally worth it here.
Yeah, for sure.
5 is significant for where we're at in the campaign.
Yep.
Definitely.
You got to get that value from that action, Brian. That was nice value.
Gotta get the ROI, man.
Okay, Zara, it's your turn.
All right, well, I'm glad that they both decided to move up onto the wall above me. because now I'm going to cast another new spell at them.
Oh.
Dizzying Colors.
Ah.
So I point my hands up, fingertips extended up the wall toward them, and a rainbow of light comes out of my fingers, and they both make will saves.
Sweet.
Is it like super bright in this dark cave?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sort of a blinding flash of light.
Nice.
Okay, one fails, one succeeds.
All right. So on a success, the creature is dazzled for 1 round, which means that they all creatures and objects are concealed from them.
Yeah, they get the 20% miss chance, right?
Yep, exactly.
Nice.
And the one that failed is stunned 1, which means they're going to lose an action next round, blinded for 1 round, and dazzled for 1 minute.
Wow. Cool.
So
Some nice debuffs. The fact that it's AoE, Dizzying Colors is really solid.
yeah, not too shabby.
Sweet.
And then I have the 1 action left.
You could put some distance between you and them
Yeah, that's true.
if you don't have another good action.
That's true. Maybe go up the stairs.
That's a good point. I'm going to just take off running up the stairs. But it's difficult terrain, you said?
Yeah. So you could go 2 spaces.
That last space doesn't have stairs from what it looks like.
Oh, that's right. It's 25 feet. So yeah, you can go to the top of the stairs.
Okay, so Zara just runs right up to the top of the stairs and turns around, ready for next turn. Unfortunately, I didn't have anything to use the guidance on.
Your witch cantrip is 1 action or 2 actions? The hex cantrip?
Hex cantrip is 1 action, yeah.
It is 1 action, okay.
Yeah, I suppose I could have used that, but...
I mean, it does the same thing as your spell, kind of.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I think you putting some distance as a ranged attacker is a fine strategy.
Yeah, I think so too.
It makes them have less actions to attack you with.
And that's my turn.
All right. The one over Kardain sees that he's not having much luck with Kardain so far and turns to his side looking up the stairs. And he sees that Zara seems to be on the back foot running away. Does a quick climb across the wall for about 10 feet and then just leaps off of it, throws himself all the way across to the other side of Zara.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
So he never came close enough to Stoke to trigger the attack?
No, he just goes straight across sideways.
Yeah, he was climbing on the sideways on the wall.
These are literal monkeys.
Oh, yeah, dude.
For sure.
Horrible, demented monkey people.
So Zara's running up the stairs. She's just reaching the top, and it like lands right in front of her.
Yeah. As she's running away. That's straight out of a movie action scene.
Fortunately for you, it does miss with 2 attacks.
Wow.
Stoke decides to move up the stairs past Verrol, and he gets underneath the 2 that were previously attacking Zara,
Yeah.
where he can actually do something.
Can he get to them?
They're within melee reach.
The one was at least. The other one was 10 feet up. There was a one that was lower on the wall, I thought.
They're actually both sharing the same space.
Oh, okay.
That's something that they can do. He's going to go for the blinded one, since that seems to be potentially advantageous. Hits.
Sweet.
And knocks it off the wall to the floor. He takes a second attack. Just hits that one also for not enough to kill it, but enough to do some damage.
Why am I not surprised?
One can never cease to be amazed by the talents of Master Stoke.
He really is just very lucky with the dice.
Better lucky than dead, I always say.
And he looks worriedly towards Zara. I'm doing what I can to help you, my lady.
Yes, well, pick up the pace a bit, would you?
Kill these monsters a bit faster. I grow tired.
Verrol.
Now, if I go up a step on the stairs above where Stoke is, can I then reach that dude that's above him?
Yes.
Alright, so I'll move on the stairs to above, the space above Stoke, and attempt to use my finisher on the badly injured dude who is left. And here goes 25 to hit.
That's a hit.
Ew.
It's gotta be good for something. And I'll roll 3d6 damage for 16 total.
That's a healthy strike.
Oh my gosh.
Wham.
So you slip by Stoke and thrust upwards with your rapier, impaling the creature above you, and then throwing it down to the ground.
Have at thee. And with my remaining action, I will raise my cape defensively once more.
Kardain.
Okay. Zara's pretty far away, but I have one thing that might reach her. Zara, I'm sorry, but you might get a little wet here, and I'm gonna Rousing Splash.
Nice. Rousing Splash. So I just rolled a 4.
Nice.
Nice.
Or temporary hit points.
Yeah, temporary ones. Not as good as real ones. But it's something that I can do to someone when they're really far away from me.
Yeah, that's sweet.
In some ways better than real ones.
I mean, they all spend the same when you're getting punched in the face, am I right?
And then, Verrol, you should stab it with your pointy thing, and I'll give you some guidance.
Oh, thanks. I shall continue to endeavor to stab.
All right, that's all my actions.
All right, Zara's turn. I would now like to cast Shroud of Night on the big buffoon in front of me. So he makes a will save.
All right. It fails its save.
All right. So it is shrouded in murky darkness. All creatures are concealed to it. Mr. Crowley is with me, which means it triggers his familiar Stalking Night. So he's also becomes Frightened 1.
It's just so much for one action.
It really is.
So much value.
Then I think I'll cast Needle Darts on him. So let me target him.
You gonna pull from the cold iron skillet?
Yeah, always cold iron. Ooh, that's a 24 to hit.
Woo!
Hit.
Hot stuff.
And that's 8 damage.
All right. The needles puncture into his bony flesh. He screeches loudly and angrily.
Aha.
And then starts swinging wildly. He hits with his club for 5 points of damage, which takes away all of your temporary hit points and then some. And then he swings again and tries to bite, but those attacks miss.
Oof, thank goodness.
Stoke.
I look over at Stoke and I say, shall I assist the lady, or would you prefer to do the honors?
I don't see a way that I can get in there. I'll give it a shot, unless you would like to, sir.
Be my guest.
This is where Stoke does a double front flip up the stairs over top of the monster.
Yep.
Okay, so he's going to have to spend 2 turns to try to get behind it. Or 2 actions, rather. Tumbling through, which is not his specialty. Not at all. That was a critical failure.
Oof.
Yikes.
Oh, does he just like trip and sprawl on the stairs?
Or does the monster tumble through him in response?
No, there's no critical effect on that one. So he tries to squeeze past you. It looks like he's trying to stay too far away from Zara, careful of not disturbing her.
Being polite.
Accidentally scrapes his back on the wall and crumples in pain.
So he's like, maybe I better leave this to you, sir.
Fair enough.
And he just backs against the wall to give Verrol an easy path.
That is a 20 to tumble through.
Against the reflex DC, so that is a failure.
Oh my.
Ooh, wow.
These guys are very reflexful.
Very nimble.
Well, what shall I do in that case?
Try again. You don't take a map on it, right?
That's true. It's not subject to map.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, you could try again and still get an attack off. It could even be a finisher. You just gotta roll better than a 20.
Yeah. All right, let's give it a try. 24 this time.
All right. So you manage to slip by. He's kind of like dodging back and forth, trying to take up as much space as he can on the path. But you slip behind him.
Nice.
He turns around to face you, and
I will attempt to finish him.
He should be off guard here, right?
he's flanked and off guard, yes.
Oh yeah, because of your new ability.
Mayhaps he is. Oh, that's a poor roll. However, do I get any bonuses beyond what is off guard?
You still, if you're doing a finisher, you still deal damage, right?
Right. I'm just wondering if the off guard plays into it at all.
Off guard is a -2 circumstance to their AC, which is not enough to change that.
Okay. So if my total result was a 15, that doesn't work. Okay. All right, so I miss, but I still get the precise strike damage.
Hey, some damage, better than no damage, as I always say.
Yep. Oh, and that's a lovely, lovely one.
Ooh, delicious.
But you're in position. I don't know if our listeners have any idea how cramped this staircase is, but we're cramped.
Yeah, just one square wide, that ledge.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be helpful at this point. I'm on the other side of the world, and Kardain's slow. I've always been slow, and I'm actually slower now more than ever.
With the shield, yeah. Well, you'll have to make use of your ranged abilities, whenever possible.
It's your turn.
So I'm going to lumber forward. How far can I move, Game Master?
If your speed is 20 and the stairs are difficult terrain.
I'm less than 20, actually. I lost 5 feet.
Oh, you're 15?
Yeah.
That means you can move 1 square per action.
Right.
Oh, no, I forgot to use the guidance. don't know if it would have made a difference, but...
I probably wouldn't have gotten you there.
Is that a +1?
It's a +1.
Yep, it's a +1.
Okay, if you use that, that still is not enough.
Okay.
I feel like I should be trying to get closer because a lot of my stuff is out of range, though.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I'll move forward once, and then... Verrol, I know you don't like when I do this, but if I can target him, I'd like to splash him as well.
Yes. Rather unpleasant, but the benefits are worth it.
It's a 40-foot range?
It's a 60-foot range.
Oh, okay.
Pythagorean theorem.
Right, I'll just dump the water on his head.
Up the stairs.
So you cast Rousing Splash at a distance.
And then that should roll minimum.
Yay, another one. One more hit point.
I got a 1.
Every little bit helps.
And then it's Zara's turn.
Zara will retreat down the stairs in order to give the others some room. So she will scoot past Stoke and scoot down the stairs a little bit. And then she is going to use yet another new ability. And as she sustains the Shroud of Night on the monster, you hear her let out a weird and creepy laugh. And that actually sustains the spell. So this is the first time she's using a focus point. She's casting a focus spell.
Yeah, first focus point of the game.
That's right. Oh, and so I meant to leave Mr. Crowley there when I went down the stairs. So Mr. Crowley's still adjacent to the creature. And because Cackle is a hex spell, that allows me to trigger Mr. Crowley's ability again. So he has both the frightened and concealed conditions on the monster.
Wombo combo. You know, laughter is magical.
That's right.
So cackle makes sense to me.
So moving downstairs was one action. Cackling was a free action. So 2 actions left. I will needle darts the monster again.
Yeah, so that was key. Like, in order for you to continue to sustain your hex, you needed the cackle here to move and shoot.
Yep, exactly. Cold Iron and attack the creature for a 14.
14 is a miss.
Womp womp. And that's it.
Sometimes, Brian, you play perfect, but the dice, they hate you.
Exactly.
So, creature, its eyes even cloudier, milky white, and also now covered with shadows, looks around, tries to find a target, and settles on Verrol.
I shall use Flashy Dodge.
Ooh. Tell us about Flashy Dodge.
Well, it gives me a +2 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack, as I deftly dodge out of the way.
Is that when attacked or when hit?
When a creature I can see targets me with an attack.
Okay. So against its first attack...
Yep.
Well, that turns its miss into a critical miss. Do you have anything that responds to that?
Nice! If the strike misses, you gain panache until the end of your next turn.
Sweet.
It's once again swinging wildly with its club and missing. It doesn't seem like it's intending to back down at any point, though. Like it's going all out on this fight, regardless of its own safety. Stoke, seeing the opening, steps forward and takes a swing.
Oh, with all these delicious bonuses. Those two stack, off guard and fear.
Okay, good to know.
Frightened is over at the end of its turn, though.
Oh, never mind.
At the end of its turn or at the end of my turn?
At the end of its turn. Your frightened condition goes down by 1.
Oh, that's right, okay.
Well, they would have stacked if Stoke had been faster.
If it weren't for those meddling kids.
We've got to hit the Stairmaster, Stoke and I.
Oh, yes.
Get those glutes.
I'm really huffing it back here.
You more so than him, I'll wager.
So Stoke steps forward, swings once, the creature deftly ducks underneath the blade, and then as it turns around to face Stoke, he brings his axe down and cleaves deep into its shoulder. And the monster falls to the ground.
Stoke.
He looks around. Is that the last of them? He glances across to the other side of the chasms. No more hiding in those caves back there?
Only if you hold your axe in the air aloft to make it true.
Stoke only managed to kill 3 out of the 4 of them this time, instead of...
Yeah. Wow. Only 3 out of the 4.
You're losing touch, Stoke.
Everyone contributed.
Looks like we got some aftermath activities in front of us. What is this all about?
Yeah, if you want to choose activities to do afterwards, you can drag them in there and it'll count forward the time and stuff. Things like healing.
So if I put cornucopia in there, what happens?
There it is. It queues it up.
Oh, it shows you how much
I have not used the first one. I think the only person who got wounded was you, Zara. Would you like a fruit?
I would indeed.
Yeah, that battle ended up a lot easier than I thought it would be. But I think most of it's just because of how badly I was rolling.
Yeah, rolls seemed pretty poor. Shall we loot the bodies, Stoke?
Yes, please do.
I'm not sure we'll find much value, but sure.
True.
We could sell that guy's club. Somebody would buy it.
Perhaps a bone knife would be a good souvenir to bring back to grandfather.
Oh, actually, the club is worth 0.
Yeah, so the bigger one has a club, the two smaller ones have daggers, and one of them has a necklace that has several stone knives, miniature knives, hanging from the necklace.
Oh, hello.
Really?
Online education is convenient, but sometimes it can be lonely. Sometimes the extra help you need can only come from someone else. At American Public University, we make online education personalized, affordable, and memorable. With 24/7 mental health support available in multiple languages, access to career coaches, and lifelong career services, you'll never feel alone on your path to success. American Public University. Digital by nature, human by design.